What's up, guys? Welcome back to Cooking with Zach. We got guests today, and we're back for the annual release of Cooking with Zach. It's been long awaited, and today we're gonna cook. We got some beautiful chicken here that we're going to pan sear, and we're gonna make a pan sauce. We're gonna do potatoes. It's gonna be great. Okay, first thing, before you even do any cooking, set your oven to 450. All right, first you just want to kind of get a rough chop on your all of your potatoes. I'm just doing 3. Okay, so I got I think I'll get like 5 potatoes. You want kind of 1 to 2 potatoes per people that you're cooking for. And just kind of get a rough chop on these. It doesn't have to be like anything. Just get them into little chunks. And this is what we're going to cook in the oven first. Okay, so you just want to kind of wash your potatoes in the sink to get all the dirt off of them. If you don't do this, it's not that big of a deal, but it's just good. Okay, dump all of your potatoes into a paper towel lined baking sheet and just kind of pat dry them, because you want the potatoes to be as dry as possible before they get into the oven, because that'll help them get crispy. And because we are not like putting baking soda or like flour or anything like that, the only way they can get crispy is through the oven and the oil. So you want to make sure they're as dry as possible before that. Okay, so you want to pour some olive oil over your potatoes. Just do what feels right, you feel me? That's about good. And then you want to get your salt. Do a bunch of salt. Think about how bad Chick-fil-A fries are whenever they're not salty, and just channel that whenever you're salting your potatoes. You want a ton of salt, and then you toss them all in the middle. Okay, make sure your oven's preheated, and then just dunk your potatoes in. Set a timer for about, 45 minutes. Okay, first thing, get your pan on about medium heat. I'm on an electric skillet, so that kind of changes things. So I have to preheat longer, but just get a little bit of oil in the pan, and just wait until it's kind of sizzling. And like there's a little bit of smoke coming off of it, and then we're gonna dunk our chicken in. Okay, so dunk your chicken in. Don't crowd it too much. Just get only a couple in at a time. So I'm just going to do 2 at a time. And let it stick for a while, because you want to develop that yummy fond for later. Okay, do this before when you do this at home, but season your chicken. Just get a little bit of salt on there. On both sides. And then whenever you flip it, you can do it on the other side too. Okay, just kind of eyeball it. You kind of want it to look like this whenever it's ready to flip. And make sure you see all the brown bits at the bottom. That's where the flavor is going to come from in the sauce when we deglaze. But yeah, about right here is a good place to flip. Basically, flip it when you would eat it, is my motto. And flip down. Perfect. Okay, just salt the other side too. If you're worried about like big salt flakes, it'll cook off whenever it's in the oven and all that. So, okay, so once it's looking like you would eat it on both sides, I'm just gonna flip it again. I feel like this side just needs a little bit longer. But basically, once you would eat both sides, put it in the oven. All right, now that I would eat both sides, oh my God, dump it in the oven. Put it right underneath your chicken, or your whatever that is. And I guess let it cook for about like 10 minutes. All right, so just kind of take your potatoes out and kind of flip them over, just like this. You can see we've developed lots of nice little crunchiness. Okay, I just flipped these around on the stove because it was kind of stressful, but you can just dump that back in there and let it cook for the remaining time. So now that my timer went off on the chicken, I'm just gonna go ahead and pull that out of the oven. And that's ready to be pan sauced. Okay, this is extremely hot, don't touch it. Take this out of the thing. Look at that beautiful serum. Just take them both out, and now this is ready to be pan saucified. But first we gotta cut up our shallots. Okay, just kind of chop it like this. Then and then like that. And do that for all of your shallots. I'm doing 2 shallots because I want it to be very shalloty, but you can do however much shallot you want. Okay, this is still pretty hot from when we took it out the oven. But first things first, get your shallots in. This is just on low heat. I just want to kind of sweat them a little bit before I pour the wine in. So yeah, just kind of ruminate in there. All right, now that the pan's gotten a little hotter, we can pour in our wine. Glug, 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 glug. Maybe about half a cup of wine is what you're going for. All right, our potato timer went off, and they're looking scrumptious. Look at those potatoes. Delicious.
Yum, yum, yum.
And then we can go back to our pan reduction. And look, you can kind of see through the wine sauce that as you scrape, you're scraping off all the fond from the bottom of the pan. Okay, so now that I've got most of the fond out and into the sauce, you just kind of want to take a look at it, and kind of whenever it stops bubbling and it thickens a lot, that's when you'll know when to take it out. And also, if you still smell alcohol on the sauce, it is still time to go. All right, now that it's a lot thicker, that means your pan sauce is done, and you're basically finished cooking. So. All right, we're done cooking. So we just gotta plate it up. So let's get our spatula for our potatoes. And then I'm just gonna scrape them up. Ignore the one that fell. Okay, now we get our chicken, which I ate the other piece because I was hungry, but that's okay. And then drizzle over your delicious little pan sauce. You can do that over that. Okay, thanks for watching Cooking with Zach. We made some delicious food. Thanks for watching. Do y'all have anything to say?
Tune in next year.
Oh yeah, and watch our podcast. Yeah, watch Rock Hurt Radio. Another W video.